Ever since Warren Buffett lent him his copy back in 1991, Business Adventures has been widely declared by Bill Gates to be his all-time favorite business book and his #1 recommended read. The book documents 12 true stories from Wall Street that express universal principles key to business. This video will be one that analyzes hysteria and hubris. The stock market, the daytime adventure serial of the well-to-do, would not be the stock market if it did not have its ups and downs. Any boardroom sitter with a taste for Wall Street lore has heard of the retort that J.P. Morgan the Elder is supposed to have made to a naive acquaintance who had ventured to ask the great man what the market was going to do. "It will fluctuate," replied Morgan dryly. The year is 1962 and everything is going incredibly A-OK in America. But things are about to change for the un-A-OK. On Monday, May 28th, the Dow Jones dropped 34.95 points, a drop second only to October 28, 1929, more famously known as Black Tuesday. When the roof caved in 1962, the stock ticker was delayed by 4 hours. Before then, the longest recorded delay was only 34 minutes. The effect of this crash gave stockbrokers and citizens alike a feeling akin to staring up at a tsunami that was seconds from crashing down on them. Not even the most despairing of all was seeing AT&T, the leading blue chip stock with the highest number of investors of all, was leading the downward spiral. So what did the public do? They swarmed the New York Stock Exchange and sold. But there's more. You see, in the 1960s, mutual funds were hot new things that every gray tie and trade bro put their money in. The investment community's collective shudder at this event was intensified by the fact that the mutual fund's power to magnify a market decline had never been seriously tested. $23 billion in equity were about to be put on the market. If this were to happen in today's dollars, it would cause a crash so it would make Black Tuesday seem like a stumble. On the third day, just when things were looking most grim, AT&T turned the tides like a melodramatic Poseidon. The stock sold for 98.75, then 99, then 100. And that was it. That tiny vote of confidence in the market completely turned around public perception and dominoed into 7 million trades on Wednesday, increasing the Dow Jones by 27.03 points. 75% of Monday's losses had been recuperated in a single day, and all the gray ties rejoiced. This true story is an embarrassment and a testament to human nature. It goes to show how dangerous human irrationality and herd mentality are. The expectation of an event creates a much deeper impression than the event itself. Now we return to a company that we have talked about before and will talk about again, Ford. In 1955, the automotive business was seeing prosperity the likes of which it has never seen before. In a single year, over 7 million passenger cars were sold, accounting for over 1 million more than any prior year in history. During this time, Ford designed the Edsel. The Edsel was a quintessential medium-priced car at the time. Long, wide, low, chromed out. It had all the newest technology, including an automatic transmission. To top it off, the Edsel had enough horsepower to push you back in your seat when coming off the line. It was everything that American car enthusiasts and common folk alike wanted. 2 years later, in 1957, Ford put that sucker on the market and the public loved it so much that they bought 109,666 Edsels in the first year, leaving Ford at a loss of $350 million when it discontinued 2 years later in 1959. What happened? I mean, Henry Ford invented the automobile, for crying out loud. How could a company with that much success and with such breadth of experience fail so miserably? The Edsel was a perfect car in the year of 1955, but fell victim to the time lag that was present in the 50s between a car's conception and its release. That alone is no excuse, however. No, the buck stops at Ford. Ford believed so strongly in the Edsel that they created a division dedicated to it and signed distribution contracts with dealerships before the car was even completed. There are numerous reasons why they didn't realize that the culture was becoming more interested in the new compact cars, but it can essentially all be boiled down to shitty marketing analysis. Ford became so consumed by their ego that they failed to realize their own ineptitude at detecting changes within the market. This is the same type of hubris that we saw more recently in 2008 when Ford maintained SUVs and pickup trucks as the core focus of their business during a quickly growing energy crisis. Learn from Ford's mistakes. Be vigilant and make necessary changes to avoid calamity. John Brookes' Business Adventures holds up to its reputation. While reading it, I was thoroughly engaged and entertained. The book contains a lot of depth and insight into lesser talked about events in history. The lessons underlying the text are timeless, and as such, I recommend that everyone serious about business read this book.